Which of the following does not have a valence shell of n equal 4? A. Gallium, B. Aluminum, C. Potassium, or D. Manganese? The term valence shell means outermost shell. This is the shell whose electrons are, on average, farthest from the nucleus. The larger the quantum number n, the farther from the nucleus. For example, the electron configuration of gallium is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s2, 3d10, 4p1. Note that this is the ground state configuration. Unless otherwise specified, when we talk about an atom and their electron configuration, we are referring to its ground state configuration. The valence shell, or outermost shell, is the shell with the largest n. Therefore, the valence shell of gallium is the fourth shell. If we were to write the electron configuration of the other atoms, we get the following. For aluminum, the configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p1. For potassium, the configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s1. And for manganese, the configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s2, 3d5. We can see that the valence shell of aluminum is the third shell. The valence shell of potassium is the fourth shell, and the valence shell of manganese is also the fourth shell. Therefore, the correct answer is aluminum. Its valence shell is the third shell. N equals 3. For all other choices, the valence shell is the fourth shell. We can actually figure out, rather easily, the answer to this question by simply referring to the periodic table. We can see that potassium, manganese, and gallium all belong to period 4, or row number 4. The periodic table is laid out so that the principal quantum number of the valence atoms in a given row all correspond to the row number. Note that aluminum belongs to row number 3. For its valence shell, n equals 3. In general, for elements in row 1, the valence shell is the first shell. For elements in row 2, the valence shell is the second shell. For elements in row 3, the valence shell is the third shell. For elements in row 4, the valence shell is the fourth shell. For elements in row 5, the valence shell is the fifth shell. For elements in row 6, the valence shell is the sixth shell. The same is true for the lanthanides. These elements actually belong to row 6. For elements in row 7, the valence shell is the seventh shell. The same is true for the actinides. These elements actually belong to row 7.